Sometimes you look at an engagement and you say to yourself, I can win this, and you go in and you win the engagement. Sometimes you look at it and correctly say, I lose this if I take it, and you back up and you keep yourself in play. Ideally, these would be the only two outcomes, but being the most intelligent beings on the planet, we also have the highest potential for stupidity of any known creature. Something that can help us know whether an idea works or not is a practice called limit testing. Limit testing is when you intentionally take a major risk during practice, a scrim for example, just to see if it's something you're able to get away with. In a tournament setting, you'd play that ambiguous situation safely every day of the week, but just on the off chance that you actually should be diving that backliner in a tournament setting because it turns out to actually work from that angle, you try it in a lower stakes match to see what happens. After all, we learn best from trying new things and messing them up. Now, whenever your team captain asks why you pushed in by yourself, you can just tell them you were limit testing and you're automatically blameless and no one will get mad at you.
Oh shit.
What is skibbity toilet?
Skibbity toilet? I don't know how you don't know this, but skibbity toilet is basically like someone's head coming out of a toilet.
Here's a little observation. Sometimes you'll see a competitive player or someone who's part of some other community post very publicly that they're leaving the scene. They're giving a whole list of reasons why, getting emotional about it, generally creating a spectacle. When this happens, expect them back within a month. Why get people worked up about you leaving if you're not going to interact with them anymore? When someone does that, they have some kind of interest in what the people in that community think about them leaving. There's still investment there. The people who actually leave are going to be a lot more direct and deficient about it. The majority of them will just drop off the face of the earth without really telling anyone. They already have some other community to be a part of. The ones who have someone to tell about it are going to be pretty direct and to the point. I'm no longer playing for insert team here, and I'm not looking for another one. And then they drop off the face of the earth. Don't necessarily take everyone at their word. Think also about their motives, and you'll often get closer.
Judd is going to be inside order. Nor do I think Grizzco will be mentioned. And I say that because we were first introduced to Grizzco in Splatoon 2 through a mode called Salmon Run. Even though it seemed obvious that there was some kind of importance with this new company, we only knew that it was owned by the mysterious Mr. Grizz. It was kind of disappointing when you play the story mode for Splatoon 2 and we don't learn any new information. Then Nintendo announces the DLC Octo expansion, so maybe this is where we hear about Grizzco. But no, it's an entirely new story about a testing facility named Kamambo, who is ran by Commander Tartar, who grinds up the test subjects trying to use their DNA to eradicate the Inklings and start society over. And I think we're going to learn more about that in Side Order, specifically Kamambo. We've already seen what appears to be test subjects lining up. Maybe they're becoming sanitized and that's how we hear more about Ott's story. Because they're also supposed to be sanitized, which is basically going brain dead, but in the trailer they're speaking complete sentences. Now there is this really interesting theory floating around that I can share with you some other time, but all of Side Order is happening inside of Marina's head. But to go back to Grizzco, I do think it's possible that we could see Little Judd again, and maybe for a big event. Because we know they like to do that with Splatfest, and that's the whole reason we're getting Side Order in the first place. I could see them doing this for the last big run. Or we won't know anything more about him until Splatoon 4. But if you would like to stay up to date on all Splatoon lore and Nintendo news, follow along to stay cheesy.
C-A-P. So looks like Christmas is next week. You know what that means?
You're finally gonna give me the 20 bucks you owe me?
Yeah, so that's not gonna happen.
Seriously, it's been like 3 months. Are you actually gonna pay me back?
That's not important right now. All the little kids just got their online passes.
So that means we got a bunch of thumbsuckers to get some easy knockouts.
All we gotta do is march in and beat those babies senseless. Then boom, we're on our way to X battles.
I like this plan.
So, you ready to make some kids cry?
We should probably gear up first.
I've been waiting to try some of this out. Why are you dressed like that?
This is peak performance, motherfucker. You like it?
No, you're just like somehow making it even more obvious you have daddy issues.
I spent over 500 hours grinding for this Don't ruin it.
Look at you! Look at how festive you've become! Look at how jolly you are! How joyous you are! You are merry, nice little children!
Mr. Krabs! Stop this madness! Stop it right now!
Salam alaikum salam.
Let's say it's 1v1, you versus one enemy player who's carrying the Rainmaker or a Power Clam and is headed toward your goal. What kind of weapon would you rather have to stop it? In theory, anything works, just whatever has the fastest time to splat. But in practice, where people screw up and miss shots, a really valuable property is how many chances you get to fire and miss and still stop them from pushing. An H3 player once described to me how they don't like bringing more than one of these aim-intensive weapons to a mode like Rainmaker, a weapon like a Charger or a Nozzle Nose that has no AoE and is really punishing to play if you miss even one shot. When I pulled my Zuka out here, I had 3 shots to potentially hit the Rainmaker. If I'd just stuck to my main weapon, I'd have a lot more than 3, not to mention more pain output. Should I have hit the shots? Well, obviously, it's pretty embarrassing, honestly, that I didn't. But I don't immediately lose the game if I miss 3 shots using my main weapon. And this is a pressure situation where, if I'm ever going to miss, it's going to be now. So I'd rather just not take the Zuka out in the first place.
Yo! Ah!
People have asked me in the past, one recently, but many before, all of whom will remain anonymous, about how fast they're supposed to get better at Splatoon. They want to know whether the rate of progress they're making is normal or if they're improving faster than most or slower than most. The answer is simply that people improve at wildly different speeds. I know of people who have made it to top level in 1500 hours and people who have put in thousands and thousands more hours than that and never reached high level. Quality of practice matters more than quantity, and your personal motivations and the time you have to play and a whole lot else make it so I just can't predict where you're supposed to be. But I'll take a step back and answer the question differently in a way that I think is more useful. When you say supposed to, who is doing the supposing? Always, always, always ask that question about the phrase supposed to. Whose expectations should you really be worrying about here? They're not mine, not someone else's, they should be yours. As a coach, I can help you think about what you need to do to accomplish your goals, but it's up to you to decide how much time and energy to put into accomplishing them and what kind of timeline is therefore realistic for you.
And you panic.
Dodo, I know you ain't talking, you dumb fuck. What was that?
I did. You have the bar to use however you see fit, and you panic.
You wasted 3 bars, did nothing in none.
I billed you half a bar, and you panic.
You are wearing shoulder pads and got punched in the face 7.
I ain't had it with you, mister. You're in trouble now. You got on my last nerve, bucko.
Okay, so hi everyone! Oh, it is so weird to speak in a video. I can't believe I do have a voice. I figured out that maybe it would be a cool idea, like a cool thing, a cool thing to do something like, you know, cool in Splatoon. So like, I don't know if you guys want to play with me or you guys want to find each other. I'm doing one right now. I don't know about the name yet. I'm gonna decide it now. No, wait. There we go. Mimi's Pookies. Perfect. Yeah. If you guys want to meet there or meet me or anything, I'll be there. Yay!
As long as it's not like blue or pink, bruh.
Wait a minute. I'm white!
Please, just hear me out, please!
You and me both. So let's take a look back at the Splatfest and how tricolor is the worst. Now these were region locked, so I'm only talking about the North America and Europe Splatfest. But if you would like to know the results of the Japanese Splatfest and how do you pronounce this type of food, Fry won, which is kind of surprising, and I might make a separate video on that. But Fry didn't win for this one, and that's also surprising. Now I was Team Hug, but the way that Fist Bump was playing and how many times I played them, I definitely thought that they were going to win. So how did Shiver do it once again? Well, if we take a look at the results, Conch Shells, Fry won, votes, Fry also won, with Handshake only having 18%, which doesn't really surprise me. I played them twice, so I didn't really think that there was a lot of them to begin with. Open, Fry also won, but Pro, Shiver won. Now you might be saying, wait, Fry won 3 times while Shiver won 2. How did Shiver win? Tricolor battle. Because after Splatoon 3 updated to version 3 and updated their point system for Splatfest, they're now saying that tricolor is the most important of any of the categories. So unfortunately, if you want your team to win, you have to put the most priority into tricolor. Look, it's a game. I'm not really upset that Shiver won, though it is starting to get kind of annoying because even when you don't think Shiver's going to win, she does. But if they wouldn't have changed the point system, Fry would have won. I understand tricolor is supposed to be the comeback mode, but it's not very good. The fact that you can splat your own teammates doesn't really make a lot of sense. And if it is a comeback mode, wouldn't you want all your troops on the battlefield? You can only have 2 players at a time. Why is this not a 4-player mode? It's a good idea in theory, there's a lot of mirror matches, so I barely go into it. But hey, if you want to win the upcoming Frosty Fest, make sure you focus on tricolor battle. And if you would like to stay up to date on all Splatoon and Nintendo news, follow along to stay cheesy.
By the way, I scanned your food and it comes to, $1 gazillion.
Elmo has a T-Rex and a Go Fish card.